Okay, welcome to the team call. I'm so excited for those of you that are on here. You guys know that I rave about how excited I get about these calls. And it used to be when we started in this like gigantic fear the night I dreaded because I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to do a team call. I have to get in front of the camera. This is freaky, but it gets easier the more you do it. And now I love them. I look forward to them. And especially because we get these awesome jewels in our company that come and just share with us what they've been through. And Nikki has a great story. So I actually invited her to be on this call after I had seen something that she shared. Sorry, we got some extra noise in here. She had shared on one of the Jewel pages just about her journey and some struggles she had been through on with her business. And I just loved her heart behind the way she had handled that and just, I don't know, the lessons she had learned from that and how she grew through that. So I asked her if she would just come share her story with us. And you guys know we also love to hear their top tips. So take it away, girl. We're so honored to have you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I don't know how awesome I am, but I'll just share my journey with you guys. She mentioned struggles. If we're not having struggles, we are not working the business. Who can agree? I mean, it's just part of it. I'll just kind of start out with you from the beginning of my journey. I began in March of 2013, so I'm almost 4 years into this amazing journey. So I've had the ups and downs, the roller coasters, but I love roller coasters, so let's enjoy the ride. I was a full-time school teacher, a mother of 2 children, and have a husband. And we know that's sometimes a third kid. But and we live out in western Oklahoma, and everything is a commute. And so going to school was 40 miles one way, and a lot of times after school we couldn't just go home. We had to stay around town because of the kids' activities and anything that they had going on. And so, guys, I was busy. We're all busy. We all live the busy life. If we're not busy, we're not living. But that's what I loved about this is it could just work in its nooks and crannies. Well, right before I started, I was seeing my upline post about this, and I was watching. I was a skeptic like everyone. Well, finally, I was just tired of those 20 pounds lingering around. Guys, I don't have a major health testimony. I lost 20 vanity pounds. It's all right. I'm a little vain. I'll admit it. But that's mainly my testimony. My true passion is the business opportunity because that is my testimony. That changed my life. The day I signed up, I started promoting these products. I did not have a testimony yet. I didn't have a story yet, but I had my upline story and I shared that. I used any other Plexus person. I was friending Plexus people. I was searching who the jewels were, and I was sharing their story until I had my own story. That's just what I did. And so I gained pretty quick momentum. I was so blessed to get some girls that saw the opportunity with me, join right along with me. And so we're moving along, and I hit Emerald in about 7 months. And then right after that, things just started kind of coming to a screeching halt. And I could have just let that defeat me or deflate me, but guys, this is my vessel. I can let those struggles paralyze my vessel, or I can reroute the map of the course. And I hit Emerald within 7 months, Sapphire in 10 months, and right when I hit Sapphire, my strongest leg, decided to jump ship, decided to go somewhere else. Totally fine. You do what you want to do. But in the midst of that, she didn't just jump ship. She took some of her team with her. She poisoned. My team knew who she was. She's a big leader, she's rising. And so she was something that everyone wanted to follow. And she poisoned those people. And I just put my blinders on. I was like, I can't control what they're doing. I cannot control who wants to listen to that. I cannot micromanage that. All I could do was my own daily income producing activities. Are you ever, when you go flying on a plane and the flight attendant comes on and says, here's your oxygen, give yourself oxygen first, and then give it to the person next to you, take care of them. They always say, take care of yourself first. That's what I still do to this day. Every single day, I do my own activities that's going to help me grow. When you hear us say rebuild mode, I truly believe we should just always be in building mode. Build, build, build. I could have just got drained and got into management mode. I do that after I've done my daily activities. And so she said some of my biggest tips: consistency. That's all I have. I don't have any magic formula. Just every single day, I am reaching out to 3 to 5 new people a day. I'm trying to follow up and just connect and posting every day something about Plexus, something personal, and just keeping everything at a good balance. And that's what I did. And when that, I call it a virus. I never even mentioned it on my team page. That was not important. If people wanted to follow that, they could go, look at her page or whatever. I never mentioned it. Never mentioned the virus's name. I just kept moving forward like nothing happened, because all that is a distraction. And if we focus on distractions, is what I taught myself. If I focus on distractions, that's not income producing activity. I am going to it's going to suck the life out of me. It's going to drain my battery, and I'm going to have to live on the charger. You know how to plug our cell phones in? That's what I was going to have to do. And I can't control anyone else. I can only control myself. And I tell myself, if we're not having adversity, you see us, Jules, we make it to emerald, sapphire, diamond, and it's not because we didn't hit adversity. It's because of adversity we are where we're at. We push through all that stuff. My why was strong enough that it could make me cry, and there was nothing that was going to stop or paralyze my vessel because of someone else's actions. My success is not up to my upline. It's not up to my downline. It was up to me. It was up to no one else but me, and that's what I had to focus on. And so that was kind of my journey up until now. And I mean, I have my high momentum. This month is a great momentum month. Last month wasn't. I couldn't get bogged down in last month. That's gone by December, by Felicia. It's January. It's February. Let's get going. And that's just, I'm a glass half full kind of girl. I don't focus on the negativity, because that's not income producing. Every time I try to almost get bogged down or sucked into some kind of drama or anything, I'm like, Nikki, is this income producing activity? Is it income producing? If it's not, I need to find something that is income producing. If I'm getting the life drained out of me, I need to plug in, go listen to a video, go read a book, some kind of personal development. Because guys, guess what? I'm sure your upline says this all the time. This journey is 90% personal development and 10% product. We see those leaderboards all the time. And what we see is people lighting it up. Guess what? They have the same products, the same opportunity to offer. But the difference between success and those that don't experience or struggle is what's in between our ears. Our mindset is what holds us back. What is between our own ears is the biggest barrier. It's going to be our breakthrough, or it's going to be what paralyzes our vessel. And so that's what leads me. That's my driving force and my why. If your why can't keep you moving forward, then we need to revisit, refocus, and dig deep and find something that can keep you pursuing on through any of the struggles. Because I can guarantee you, any bad day at Plexus is better than any day at my old 9 to 5. I mean, bar none. So I'm a believer in what this has to offer. I mean, I can get really on some soapboxes, guys. What I tell myself is, we're always looking for that rock star. I need to be that rock star I'm looking for. Nikki Schalla has to be the rock star that I'm looking for. And then I will find those people that want this as bad as me. I'm convinced there's not going to be anyone that works as hard as me. But if I can find someone that wants it as bad as me, that's what we're seeking. But I have to be that rock star I'm looking for. I have to be the one willing to take my vessel to the top, and when there's any detour, not get paralyzed by that and reroute the vessel. I can't just stay in stagnant water. I've got to keep rerouting, go through those barriers. And that's kind of what my journey has been about. It's just all about consistency, my daily income producing activities, not getting stuck in manager mode. I mean, we need to manage. And then other thing, like I preach to my team and I'm like, yes, we need to build relationships. But sometimes I think when we're like, oh, we're just building relationships, that's our comfort zone. And I am adamant, we've got to build relationships. This is relationship marketing. But there's only for so long we can build that relationship. We need to just come out and be like, you're amazing. I want you on my team. How flattering is it when someone from another company or your best friend contacts you and like, hey, Julie, you are so great. Your personality, people love you. I have an amazing opportunity I want to offer you. I find it flattering when people come to me. I am bold and I will lead with the business. I will lead with the product when I feel it's right, and I will lead with the business. I teach my team to have their list of 100 people, always be adding to it and filter it. Who are your product people? Who are your business people? So often I feel we just hide behind the products because we're scared to lead with the business, guys. I'm convinced people go to bed praying at night how to pay that electric bill more than they're worried about how to lose that 10 pounds sometimes. And so I am passionate. I lead with the business opportunity a lot. I let people know I've got something great I want to offer you. I build them up. If you add value to them and tell them why you want them on your team, that right there, they're going to see through your heart. People are like, well, Nikki, what do you send people? I'm not a script kind of girl. I've got a script right here and I'm already going off of it. I'm not a script kind of girl. I talk from my heart. I'm like, hey, Sally, I see you've been posting about, whatever their financial troubles are, whatever health troubles. I really think maybe these products can help you. They may or may not, but they're worth a shot. You've tried everything for those migraines, girl. Or if I see you're upset about financial situations, I'm like, I don't know, but I feel it's a disservice if I don't offer what has helped my family. It has been a financial game changer for my life and my family. I feel it's a disservice if I don't share with you why I think you would be great at this and how it could change your family's life. And I just pour from my heart. Our people are going to know when we're speaking from our heart and when we're speaking from a script. Don't you agree? Do you agree? And so I just really hope that y'all can just take away from this is put the blinders on, push through those distractions. Do not let any kind of distraction, anything paralyze you, because you have something so amazing to offer people. We have the best of both worlds, the best products, the best business opportunity out there. And if we're going to hide behind our fear, because we're scared to do it afraid. Guys, we have to do this afraid. If there is someone that you want to message, I was just the other day, I had sweaty palms. Guys, I'm the Sapphire Ambassador. I still get those sweaty fingers before I hit send, but I just had to do it afraid because I wanted to offer this lady something so amazing. And I just closed my eyes and I just did it. And guess what? I'm alive today talking to you. I survived. And we're talking now. Like, she was like, I've been watching you, because that's just it. People will say, I've been watching you. I've been meaning to message you. I've been meaning to call you, and they won't ever get around to it. We have to take the initiative. We have to take the charge and just sometimes do it afraid. Do it afraid, because you could change your life, their life. And so often I'll realize, if you've read The Colors of Multi-Level Marketing, and if I know they're a yellow or a green or whatever, if I'm speaking to a yellow, I know they want to help others. And I'm like, I know you may not be in this for the business opportunity. They're a wholesale buyer or something. What if your story could change someone else's life? What if you putting it on Facebook and sharing your story could change someone else's life? They start thinking different. Like, you know what if it could? And then they'll start sharing their story, because they weren't interested. They're financially set. Their savings account is plush. But when I said, what if you could change someone else's life? That took it out of their self out of the equation, because so often we're scared of how we feel. But we have to take ourselves out of the equation and think about how much we can help someone else. And that's what I say, just do it afraid. Take your own feelings out of the equation and just think how much you can possibly help someone else. Let me see where I'm at in my notes. Really veered off. Kendall, any questions? You have anything that I did not go over?
Well, so one thing you mentioned is busy schedules and fitting this in the nooks and crannies. And so I know you mentioned your team is doing a 90-day challenge.
Yes.
So there's lots of us. We are almost, are we at 30 days tomorrow? I don't remember. Is today 29? Okay, so we've been doing this. And, some have continued. Some it's been hard to fit it in. And then some of us have even gone a step beyond to where today we've started a mock fast start gold challenge. So we're reaching out to like 20 people a day. Okay. So with all this, though, you know, that commitment to do this comes then those fears of how do I fit this in? And it's not even the fears of reaching out to people. It's like time-wise, how do I fit this in? How do I prioritize? How do I time block? And so can you just kind of share a little bit? Because obviously the further you get, the more time is invested with your team and reaching out to people. And so how did you like prioritize, and are there things you sacrificed? And
Oh, my favorite topic, guys. Small term sacrifice for long term gain. There may have been nights I stayed up till 11:30, 12 at night and woke up a little bit earlier, but that was just for a short window for this last 3 years of freedom, time freedom that I've had, because this allowed me to what did my phone do? This allowed me to quit teaching after my first year, all because maybe I did work a little harder. Maybe I did stay up a little later. Maybe I did wake up a little earlier in order to make some small term sacrifices. The thing is how bad do you want it? How bad, what can you give up in your day? For me, I quit scrolling social media. I quit watching whatever I was DVRing. And E-News, guys, I'm going to tell you this. Chelsea Handler, back when that came on, I mean, her and I were besties. We were like this. I had to quit watching her. I had to cut her off because that was a time sucker for me. That was 30 minutes at night that I could work my business laying in bed. A lot of times, what do we do when we lay down at night or right before we wake up? We grab our phone, we scroll some sort of social media. So if you think you don't have time, I call you to action. To every time you click on that Facebook app, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is, write down the time that you click on it and the time you get out. And I guarantee you're going to find 5-minute increments. And then by the end of the day, you're like, wow, there was 20 minutes scrolling social media. There was 15 minutes scrolling social media. The school pickup line. You're waiting in that. Work your business. Kids practices. Work your business. While I was cooking dinner, I was listening to my personal development videos. While I was getting ready in the morning, I was listening to my videos. Driving to school, I was listening to my videos. You just have to find time if you truly want what this opportunity has to offer.
so you said you taught your first year that you were doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Did?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess I missed that part in the beginning. So you had a job and all the kids and all the activities.
And we are like in the summer, my first year, in the summer, I slept in my own house maybe 15 days out of that summer. We were on the road traveling. We rodeo full time. My children rodeo. We're gone every weekend. We normally do not come in until dark time. We're outside doing something, some sort of activity. Their kids are riding their horses. I'm with them. They're 10 and 13. And so they pretty much need us around a lot. And, but it was just, for me, my time blocks was maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes earlier in the morning. I'd wake up and go to bed 15, 20 minutes later and stop scrolling social media so much. That I was able to find a lot of time there.
Yeah. Well, that's like you said, you had to time block. And that's something I think a lot of people haven't even heard that concept. And I heard it from Sarah Marble. And for those that don't know, she's a diamond with the company. She's done a whole video on time blocking. But it's one of those things. So like Nikki doesn't know, and a lot of you guys do. So we have 13 hours of sports every week on top of music, on top of I homeschool my 4 kids. And so it has had to be this thing. And so many people I know see your home and, so you have all day to do this stuff. And it is hard still to fit it in when you have 4 kids and I have a responsibility to my kids and their education, and so it's blocking that time either in the morning or I've given up nighttime television. I used to watch, okay, I'm going to be embarrassed when I say this, but I used to watch 13 TV shows every single week, okay? And I know I'm not the only one. Some of you on here have your 13 TV shows that you love, but I have 0 now because that's something I had to give up for my priority.
I don't miss it. I can't even go back to tell you Grey's Anatomy, Chelsea Handler, E-News. Those were my shows. I don't miss them now. And what I've been able to give my family, because I was willing to sacrifice a few small things, I haven't had to miss a single big thing of theirs. Like right now, I'm hiding in my car. I mean, as moms, we can find those little bits and pieces of time. I might not be able to block 30 minutes all out at once, but if 10 minutes here, your lunch break, pretend you're going to the bathroom, like, sorry, mama's got to use the bathroom, lock the door for 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes here and there. In 5 minutes, you can send a message and follow up with somebody.
If you're using it, what I call it is focused time, doing it with intention, not scrolling Facebook, commenting on stuff, building a relationship, truly investing and focusing and doing something with intention and purpose.
Okay, so another question I had, so because a lot of us are really focusing, I don't know if you've seen that daily action stack sheet that's floating around out there. Okay, we love it. So that's what we're really using. And, you know, today we really kind of hit this struggle of when you try to reach out to 30 or 20 people in one day, you know, well, we have 20 new people. And so I told them I consider new people, even people that you've messaged 10 times, if they've never responded to you, I consider that a new reach out. I don't consider that a follow-up. So for you, for follow-up and that kind of stuff, you know, we hear so many different things from so many different people, what worked for them, different organizational strategies, you know, different ways. Like sometimes somebody's once Plexus, once not Plexus, and you rotate new information every time. Like, is there something that worked really well for you for follow-up with people?
Oh, guys, what you're going to see now is like, if she can do this unorganized, anyone can do this. I had kind of a list that I'm a paper girl. Like, if I put it on my phone, I'm going to lose it. I'm a paper girl. I would just write their names down. Have you ever watched the Melissa Eichenhorst video follow up? That was one of my favorite ones. I would just put a date down when I followed up. If they replied a no, then I was done for a little while. But if they did not reply, like she said, that's a new reach out. And I would just kind of just follow the Melissa Eichenhorst follow up format. And I would just one thing I like to do is on your Facebook, you see who's on, you know, on the right hand side, you see those little green dots. I'd kind of scroll that and see what they're complaining about, and shoot a message that way too, and be like, oh, she's got migraine. I'm gonna make a post about migraines before we fully followed compliance. But I'm gonna make a post. Hopefully she sees that, plant some seeds, and then I'm gonna put her name on my list, and I'm gonna reach out to her. So I wish I was more of an organized person, but I'm really not. But this shows you can still do it. You just reaching out to those people every single day, and don't let it overwhelm you. Just focused time, like with purpose and intention, and just shoot out those messages as fast as you can and be done.
So I've never thought about the chat thing because I have my chat turned off because I don't want people to see when I'm on. So maybe I need to turn that on and actually use it. I never even look at that thing. So, and one thing that I started doing that I actually haven't even told anybody that's really, really helped me. So especially with these daily action stack sheets and reaching out to your people. So I'm a list girl too. I have my notebook and I have my Franks list. You know, one part of it is intentionally growing your network. And so I send out a lot of friend requests, and my Franks list is like 300 people. So for me, I'm not organized, so it's hard to keep track of that. But anybody that I do have a conversation with about Plexus, but they don't for some reason do it, I have a whiteboard behind my computer and their name is on my whiteboard because those are people I know I want to follow up with. And so, but again, like she said, like there's so many different things that work for people, organized, not organized. And it's just a matter of just doing the action,
And another thing is I don't per se see levels on my team. I've got level 8s I treat as my level 1s, but just focusing on those throwing the ball back to you. So often we get lost in trying to get people to see the vision that don't really give us energy back. I cannot let those people suck my energy. If I throw the ball and they don't throw it back to me, I have to move on. Not saying I can't go back to them when they finally do pass it back, but I just have to go on and just keep throwing the ball to those who want my time, because I can't waste my time on those that are not being coachable, that are not teachable, and that are just, you know, him-hawing around, just throwing excuse after excuse after excuse. Guys, we see diamonds at the top that have some of the biggest adversities, husbands in the hospital, you know, deaths in the family, just the most tragic things. And they are able to reach the top ranks with just a no excuse mindset. It's a matter of how bad do you want this? What can you do to find time in your day and to follow up and do your reach outs? do it afraid. Just that's what we say.
Yeah. Okay, well, last question, I promise, because I know I told her 30 minutes max.
No, you're fine. I love this stuff. I can get on forever.
Well, thank you. We love you too. But one thing everybody always wants to know from all you jewels is, how do you get new people started? So when you have somebody that joins your team and they are interested in the business, okay? So like you said, if somebody is not interested in the business, there's no magic way to force them to be interested in the business. But when you do have somebody that is interested, what's kind of your strategy for getting them started successfully?
Well, now that we have that success kit, there's that 48 window, or that 40, there's a guide in there. I don't have it handy on me, but it's like the first 48 hours. I encourage them to write down their why and start making their Frank's list. I'm like, when you have that Frank's list made, your 100 people, or if you get stuck making that, reach back out to me, and I'll say, on 2 days and 48 hours, I'm going to holler back at you and see where you are. And that's where we start. And then we start reaching out 2 to 5 per day, 3 new contacts, follow up. Just duplication of don't reinvent the wheel, work smarter, not harder. There are so many YouTube videos. I'll send them, depending on their personality, a diamond documentary that they can relate to, and then just some YouTube videos of Sonia Dudley, Sarah Marble, some of those legends in the industry that have great videos. So just start getting inspiring them, because guess what? We can't motivate people. Action creates motivation. I can hopefully hope to inspire them, but motivating, that's up on their part. But the first thing I do is we make our why, we write our list, and then I just start coaching them and reaching out to those people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that welcome pack, we the starter kit, we don't utilize it like we should. So many of us forget about that. Even you saying that, I've had a couple people start and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't even told them, let's go through your starter kit. And that's just something we all forget. We create this wheel and feel like everybody else has this top secret information that if we just had, we can get them.
I know. You see, I don't have anything. I'm just like, reach out to your people every single day. And I try to get them to post right away that they're on this new journey. Because I feel when you put it out there on social media, that holds you accountable. When they're like, oh, I'm waiting for my own results. No, let's go ahead and let people know you're starting something. Because I feel once you let the world know, you're more apt to be held accountable, because now know they're watching. Or that's worked for me anyways.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, girl. I really appreciate you getting on here, especially since you had to go sneak off into your car to do it. And I have done that as well. So thankfully.
I know. My daughter just came out in her hoverboard just to wave at me. I'm like, go away, go.
Yes. Well, at least it's not the screaming boo-boo that you have to handle.
No, you're old enough.
Everybody watching you.